some fantastic treats lined up for this evening, and one of them is my favourite bus driver. My heart gladdens when I'm at the Green Market and Gray pulls up in his bus. I know I'm in for a good journey to Mousehole then. Okay, so Gray made himself quite famous with all sorts of performances all over the list. It's some fantastic, refreshing takes on what he sees from his cab. Is that fair, Gray? Okay. Okay, and also novelist. And also novelist, Gray Lightfoot, please.
Big crowd in tonight. Right. My name's Gray Lightfoot and I'm a poet and bus driver. Admitting you're a bus driver is the first step to recovery, apparently. You're probably thinking, how does this work? How can a bus driver be a poet? Well, you'd be surprised at how much thinking time I have when I'm driving a bus, and you'd be very much surprised as I drive right past your outstretched hand, because I'm thinking about, you know, wrestling with a bit of iambic pentameter. So anyway, bus drivers get a bad press. Quite unfair, I think, but I'm a bus driver. You know, the thing of the Horlicks advert, you know, how do they sleep at night? Well, I sleep quite well, actually. Anyway, but what you probably don't know is there are quite a few rituals involved in the bus driving fraternity. One of them, you've probably seen us all, about 15 of us all sort of congregate in the bus station and do the haka to the passengers. It's sort of something like, is that a single or a return to Red Roof? Something like that. But yeah, we do that. And the other thing we do, we don't call it a haka actually, it's called a decker. The other thing we do is recite a prayer every day before we come out. Just after the group hug, we come out and recite the West Cornish bus driver's prayer. Ooh. Bear with me. Hands together, eyes closed. Let us pray silence. Our Father, who art in Helston, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In St. Earth, as it is in St. Heaven. Give us St. Day our daily bread, and forgive us our malpasses as we forgive those who malpass against us. And lead us not into tringwind, but deliver us from Giva, for thine is the Camborne, the plain and glory, for ever and ever. Lanza.
You'll never be the same.
I'm going to read a speech from a famous film. See if you know it. Probably do, some of you probably heard it before. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. I've watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the Tannhauser Gate. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. Everybody know what's from?
Blade Runner.
Yeah, Blade Runner. Yeah. But these are the dying words of Roy Batty, a perfectly genetically engineered replicant built to do jobs off-world, jobs like menial tasks on other planets and dangerous jobs on other planets. But they weren't allowed to come back to the Earth because that caused problems, you know, genetically engineered people. So whenever some of them came back to Earth, they had to be hunted down and terminated. The film is set in 2018, so I'm expecting a lot from the genetically engineering department. Roy Batty is the leader of this group. I always thought Roy Batty as a name was a bit, you know, I mean, you'd think you'd be called something exciting if you were a perfectly genetically engineered replicant, something like Steve, I don't know, Steve Dangerous, or Mike Barracuda, or I don't know, or Michael Gove, anything. Roy Batty's final words, those were, and it got me thinking that, you know, all the lovely things I see as a Cornish bus driver, I should record them, because in his short life he'd seen so much, being switched off, that was the end of it, termination. So this next poem is called View from a Cab, Bus Runner. This is it. Scorched attack ships off Marizine, I'm afraid you've got me there, mate. But I've seen moonbeams glitter on dark solar panels near Butteress Gate. I've seen such red skies over Manx Bay whose crimson glory in the morning would leave the most cautious of shepherds to not give a toss for the warning. I've seen people point with delight at their first sight of St. Ives golden tiles. I've heard the intake of breath they make at the point they become kernophiles. I've seen a castle-topped island soar like some kind of Swiftian notion, rising out from a circle of mist, set fair to fly over the ocean. I've seen Sennen Cove's resilience in the face of 100-foot waves, the safe haven of its hardy homes, at those times when the sea misbehaves. I've seen Mousel's granite in close-up, glistening feldspar, mica and quartz, while squeezing a bus just like toothpaste out into this prettiest of ports. I've seen a view from Penryn Bridge where a widening Carrick Roads ensures a pleasure boat bobbing sea, blue with myriad sunlit Koh-i-Noors. I've seen steam hauling trains over hail, such moments when nostalgia enchants, gazing breathless at steam kisses sky. I'm a railway child still in short pants. I've seen myself pilot a Spitfire with Penzance all laid out before me, buzzing down over Newlin's Tune Hill, having just returned from a foray. I've seen and winked in Lamorna at the old home of a Hollywood star. Where would the pirate industry be without Bob Newton's scurrilous "Arr"? I've seen dead people placed, pedestal, high-fived, Trevithick, waved at Davies, saluted the brave that served and died in the Air Force, Army and Navy. I've seen courage each time in passing the lifeboat station's flag at Penlee, those lost boys of the Solomon Brown who were braver than I'd ever been. I've seen white horses charging the beach where Long Rock plays Cossack and Russian, witnessed their glory fade, watched as this white brigade rides to its destruction. I've seen signs, stones to make you smile, where a finger post points at Ding Dong. Trewellard's name that doesn't quite fit. Or St. Ives, where the S's are wrong.
Yeah, that's my favourite one.
I've seen polytunnels that shimmer and confound those assured of their sight. Those sloping lakes seen from Trevennan are just quicksilver tricks of the light. I've seen daffodils hosting game shows, clouds of golden gorse lining my way, Crocosmia orange in splendour and bluebell fields set for Flora Day. I've seen the joy of being alive in a Bayfall's exhilaration, in dolphins dancing in Guavas Lake and in a starling's murmuration. I've seen ghost owls haunting and hunting, stealth bomb studies in alabaster, a serpentine mink prowl in the sun, a shadow in search of its caster. I've seen igloos, penguins, polar bears and scenes from a Bethlehem stable, fashioned from neon for Christmas time on the dark green of Praise and Beeble. I've seen a twinkling black tiara with jewels of luminous hue, our land that's beloved and displayed on a cushion of the iciest blue. I've seen engine houses all over give the finger, a futile gesture as sunset alights upon Giva and a tin drum beats to Lost Venture. I've seen, riding out on the cliff tops, Ross Poldark searching out daring do, For a change, the people of Cornwall will gladly welcome the revenue. I've seen, in a winter-rhymed mirror, the careworn face beset by the wind of England's most westerly driver, writing rhyme on his own at Land's End. Unlike Roy Batty in Blade Runner, Nexus 6, played by Rutger Hauer, I've taken precautions for the day when it's me that runs out of power. All those moments are not lost in time, saved images that my brain compiles are laid out for your perusal now. Replicate, Roy. I packed up my files. Bus driver, replicants, smell the oil. Excuse me for not being subtle. It's up to us to record the view from Dennis Gart or Offwell Shuttle. I'm blessed that I get to see Cornwall from the lowest tide to Carnbrae's top. But how much better my job would be if I didn't keep having to stop.